Hi, I'm ED-SKaR, and this video will serve as a header for a playlist. Now, I'm not sure if that's a normal thing that YouTubers do, but I'm not a normal YouTuber, so I'm going to do it anyway. The playlist in question will involve upcoming videos where I really try to paint better than I have been painting before, and I haven't really worked out what better means. But in recent months and recent years, my mini painting hobby has involved a lot of painting armies, and a lot of those armies have been drab and boring military colours. I've spent the last year and a half, 2 years playing bolt action, and so I've done a lot of dull green, a lot of dull tan, and so on and so forth. And before then I did my Imperial Guard for Warhammer 40k, the Tanith First and Only, with black armour and dull green camouflage. But every now and again I paint something colourful, or I paint something with more effort. When I'm painting an army, I'm painting a squad at a time. I'm not spending a lot of time very carefully picking out the individual details. But when I'm painting a single model, I probably will. I will spend more time on that one model than I would on maybe a whole squad for an army. And I really enjoy that process. Now, of course, I enjoy batch painting the armies and putting those on the gaming table. My tournament vlogs show just how much I like playing games, but I really enjoy also the artistic side of the hobby, picking out one model, paying attention, and painting it really rather well. So just a couple of examples. Recently I painted Yuki Honor, and this was a fairly quick paint job, but certainly bright colours, that pink and the white hair. I really enjoyed painting something just in a different tone. I also painted some Iron Horses for Wild West Exodus. A lot of the techniques I used from a technical point of view are very similar, or even the same techniques that I use for batch painting an army, but I spent a lot longer over it. I was much more careful, and that, just because of that, I'm really happy with the results. Both of those two look, to me, really nice. And also one that I keep looking at every now and again is the Gun Mage from my 1500 subscriber special, I think, recently. A year and a half ago, whenever it was that came out. That, again, bright colours, careful techniques, picking out the details, and I really enjoyed spending that time on that one model, and it looks much better because of that. So in this playlist I will have that type of paint job, the individual models that I'm going to spend a little longer on. Now, it doesn't necessarily mean that I'm going to spend forever on every single one. I might spend an hour and a half or 2 or 3 hours, or maybe I spend 10 hours, but I'm not spending the 20 to 30 minute speed paint that I would kind of average when I'm batch painting some infantry. I'm also not necessarily forcing myself to go for brighter colours. There will certainly be some grimdark and some tenebrism and some monochrome, that kind of stuff as well, but I'm going to spend the time to try and do those techniques properly, to really kind of push my skills, and that's part of the process. It's enjoying painting the nice models, the bright models, the more intricate models. It's learning new skills. I'm going to try different techniques, but I'm also going to use the same techniques as I've used before, but apply them better. I still don't know what better means, but just take longer over them and be neater and kind of push my skills in that kind of way. And of course, I'm certainly not going to stop painting bolt action models, because I still play that game. We've got version 3 coming up as I record this video. So I've got my Italians, my Japanese are being painted as I go, and sometime in the future I might pick up a minor nation or something like that as well. I've got dwarves, I've got Celts, I've got science fiction and fantasy models all over the place. I've got Stalker stuff on the way. There's going to be a lot of batch painting and boring paint jobs to get models onto the gaming table. That's still going to be important, but I'm also going to have this me trying harder style paint job, and that's just what this playlist is going to be. But also, this follows on from a community post I made a little while ago, a poll asking my regular and not so regular viewers what they wanted to see from my channel. And at the last time I checked, it was 52% was winning it with just normal good old-fashioned painting videos. And so if that's what you're going to see, if that's what you want to see, that's what you're going to get. I will still have the £50 challenge every now and again. I will still have discussions of games and kind of my tactics for that, and kind of the tournament vlogs as well. I'll also pop up with probably terrain and other things. I'm not going to limit myself to just painting, but I'm certainly going to put that front and center. And this playlist, everything in this playlist is going to be kind of pushing in that direction. But I am cheating a little bit in terms of the playlist, because I already have 3 videos all ready to go for this particular playlist. One of them is actually up and is coming this week, I think. Another video is kind of on the way to being edited. I just need to finish it off, and then that can come in next week or the week after. And then there's another one that the model's painted, but there's a lot of editing for that video, so that'll come on a little later. So there's already 3 videos certainly going to come in this playlist over the next few weeks, a couple of months. But there's certainly more models that I want to add to this list. Particularly, there's a vehicle that I'm hoping to paint to a different style than what I've painted vehicles previously. For anyone watching my channel for any length of time will notice that almost every vehicle is painted with very nearly the same techniques, but in different colors. I like that style, I really do. It's quick and simple for wargaming models, but I want to try something different for something more elaborate. And also I have some big fancy character models and creatures and stuff like that that are much bigger models, so they might appear on this playlist as well. Frequently I end videos on my channel with just asking for you guys to post a comment in the comment section below, and I really mean that normally, because subscriber count doesn't really matter to me. Kind of the likes doesn't actually affect the channel as much as people say, but the comments I can directly respond. I don't respond to all of them, but I try to respond to as many as I can. But for this specific video and the playlist going forwards, please do comment. Comment on the techniques that you'd like to see me use, on models that you might like to see me paint in this kind of more deliberate style. I've got plenty to choose from. Comment below, as I mentioned before. I'm just checking my notes to see if I've forgotten anything. I certainly have. Don't worry about it. I'll get to it eventually. Kind of like anyone who's not in the mini painting hobby, you can put down a batch painted model and they'll go, wow, that looks really good, because they don't need different. But us, we know that that's a batch painted kind of speed paint model, and it looks fine, but it's not great. I want to put something on the shelf that I've painted and I look at it and think, like, that's good. I think that's good. And that's kind of the goal here. So in terms of me enjoying painting some artistic models, but also pushing my skills to the point where I think I can paint to a display level, would be nice. But yeah, let's wrap it up there. I'm going to get on with editing some of those videos to get this playlist underway. Post a comment below, like I mentioned. Is there any models or techniques that you'd like to see? I'm ED-SKaR, always will be, and thank you very much for watching.